Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and this review is for the 2018 movie called Holmes and Watson. Holmes and Watson. It's a humorous take on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's classic mysteries featuring Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. This is directed by uh, Ethan Cohen. It is rated PG-13. It runs about an hour and a half. And this is my last movie of 2018. I just saw it in theater today. I have nothing else coming to me through my system. If you haven't ever seen a video of mine before, I get movies and reviews, movies and referred movies through my library that I've never seen before. Ones that I don't get to see in theater, and other ones, and then I go back and do research to get ones like that, and I get them again, and so this is my last one of 2018. I went and saw it in theater today. I had a good old time, so I just pulled it up here on my pad, and there's a bunch of bad reviews and everything. This is going to be a good one. I'm just letting you know. So this stars Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, and Ralph Fiennes. Some of the ladies. There's a wrestler in this for all the wrestling fans out there, Braun Strowman. And there's some really good actors. The kids were good. So it's just kind of an enjoyable movie. So I'm going to start with, I like to do this every so often and tell you what I think other people will be saying. Okay? So what other people will be saying is that this is, a farce. It's stupid. It's making a mockery of Sherlock Holmes and the whole classic story. That Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, they just do the same old thing over and over again. That they have to try and copy the old Sherlock Holmes movies, and it has elements of that, I guess. So there's going to be a lot of talk like that. Like some people are going to call it probably the worst movie out there, to end the year. And I'm just going to tell you that I went in with an open mind, and what my open mind told me different points in the movie were that something was supposed to be really stupid. Like it's in the previews. I'm not giving anything away here, but there's a scene where some bees get released, and like when I first think of that movie, when I first think of that scene as a bi-partial point of view, it's supposed to be really, really stupid. Like the bees get trapped in this mask and they're running from them, and whatever. It's just so funny. It's so smart. The way it's handled. I mean, Will Ferrell, he's becoming this person that he knows what makes you laugh. He knows how to intrigue you and how to keep you off guard. And this is the movie that shows it. I'm sorry, like this is not Step Brothers. This is not Old School. This is not Talladega Nights. It's on the level of good quality movie like Talladega Nights and stuff like that, but this is a movie on its own, and it is smart, and it knows what it's doing. It's not just like gags and laughs. Otherwise, it'd be rated R, and they'd just be throwing curse words out there. But it's PG-13. There's no curse words. It's just a story. And honestly, like, the whole element of Sherlock Holmes, it's played out correctly in this movie. I mean, I'm serious. I'm not joking around here. It's good. So, I don't want to say anything that will upset anybody, but the way that the romances are held, the way the ending is held, we've heard aspects of that in other Sherlock movies, but this is staying true to the element of Sherlock Holmes. Excuse me. And I would say that, you know, Will Ferrell and John C. Riley, the fact that they did this movie together and they are going to get all this flack, like, this movie is just like every other movie they've done. The only part I would say is the beginning with the kids. It just seemed a little over the top. It seemed like the kids were trying really hard to say their lines and seem ugly and do this stuff. And there's a scene of young Sherlock crying and then bringing the tear back into his eye. Stuff like that. It's gaggy. It's really not that funny, but it's well done. It's interesting. It's original. I mean, I can use a lot of these terms. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me because there's such bad reviews out there. But this movie is funny. I was laughing a lot of the time, and the girls that get thrown into this, they're smart. The person at the end that ends up being kind of evil, you don't know if there's really a person or not because Will Ferrell's character of Sherlock Holmes, he keeps saying that somebody's a copycat. Well, this is supposed to be a comedy. Do you really believe him that there's copycat? So, there's some intrigue at the end. It's interesting, way of handling it and everything. So, I just think this is a well done movie. I thought it was smart along the way. The Queen was, handled all right. She didn't have much to say, but that's all right. And there's some previews of her in Sherlock's home, and some stuff happens to her. And once I actually saw the movie and I saw the extended part of that, it's pretty funny and unexpected. I just think that's the word of this movie. Everything in it, I think, is truly unexpected. If you say you saw every single thing coming, I really don't believe you because for a comedy, for a spin-off, whatever this is, I think everything was truly unexpected. Like they truly played this as a Sherlock movie, and the fight with Braun Strowman, I think, is hilarious because like it says that he's gonna attack Braun a certain way, and it just doesn't happen. Who thinks of that? That's genius, and it just says how much of a comedy genius Will Ferrell really is, and I just appreciate that. So, I don't like seeing stupid comedy movies. I just don't, appreciate the ones that I think are truly stupid. And I don't think this is stupid by any means. I think it's smart. And when I was sitting there and I heard people around me laugh and I heard people repeating lines, because it was just so funny and so original. You never heard anything like that before. That tells me that it was affecting people in a good way, and people weren't just sitting there not laughing. It wasn't one of those movies. So I think this was a good Christmas movie to bring out. I went and saw Aquaman. I went and saw Mary Poppins, and I saw this. That was my three Christmas movies this year, and I had a lot of fun at Mary Poppins and a lot of fun at Holmes and Watson, just being able to laugh and enjoy the movie. And I like that feeling. I don't like sitting in a movie and not having any fun. So Holmes and Watson, I'm going to give an A. I know nobody else out there is, but truly, if you like any kind of comedy that is good, the Jim Carreys of the world, the Adam Sandler's, the Will Ferrells, like you don't have to expect so much out of them, but if you enjoy that, this is going to be one of the best comedy movies anytime lately because it's just so original and so smart, and it gets you laughing in the right way because it's its own thing. So the last thing I'll throw out there is there's a mortuary scene in here, and I think when I watch this movie again, I'm gonna laugh at that harder than I did in the theater. I was trying to hold back, but man, that scene is hilarious. Just the stuff that happens in there when they're trying to deal with this dead body. I wanted to laugh a lot louder in theater than I did, so I was trying to hold back. But that scene is hilarious. It's original. That's great. So if you want to give yourself a chance to watch something truly enjoyable, smart, funny, give Holmes and Watson a try. Again, I'm giving it an A. I enjoyed it. I would love to watch it many, many more times in my life. So I think Will Ferrell is just that kind of guy. And as he's getting older, he has to find roles like this where he doesn't just get to do slapstick, stupid stuff and just get naked all the time and go drinking. And he has to find good, smart roles like this to play. And I think this befit him correctly. And I I think him and Riley just play off of each other so well. That's why they like doing movies together. So I think this worked out really well. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And this is, again, my last movie of 2018 that I'm going to consider that I watched in 2018. So I need to get my stuff together. I need to get my records together. I do a little things a little bit differently. And so I'm going to get my list together and make my best of 2018 video here in a couple days. Keep an eye out for that. And I know a lot of people do the worst of the year. I think I'm going to do that for the first time. So I'm around 250 YouTube video reviews. So I'm just happy to be here and I'm learning as I go. So I'm always dealing with this cold during this time of year. So I'm sorry for the runny nose, but I am enjoying all the movies I watch. I watch a lot of different movies. So if you'd like to follow me into the new year, thank you very much. 2019 should be interesting. We have some good January movies coming up. And so I'm going to get my stuff together, keep an eye out for my videos, and thank you for following me and enjoy movies, guys. Thanks.